G'day you beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a phase build. It is version 45 as of recording this this video, a couple of hours ago, 45 hit. So I've whacked a card in that I really think could work quite well on phase. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have Order and Death. Being an Order build, obviously we have Lamplighter. You're a support with Order. Why don't you have Lamplighter? That's easy. Possessed Paragon is in here just in case the enemy support takes it. I'm finding more and more supports actually taking Possessed Paragon, so it's there just in case. Then we have Radiant Healer, which is, if I'm not going the Possessed Paragon route, Radiant Healer is the first card that I work towards. 3 into Intellect, grab Radiant Healer, grab some more health so you can survive longer, and also give your carry some health regen. Then I actually work towards Vanguard Captain. So I go 2 into Vitality and 1 into Intellect, just so that I can get even more health regen. And then I work towards getting Protective Sentry, so that I can stop spending money on wards. So this will be my very early game build. But if I am running Possessed Paragon, I'll go Possessed Paragon first, and then I'll go Radiant Healer, and I'll work towards Protective Sentry instead of Vanguard Captain. But if I'm backing and I can't afford Protective but I can afford Vanguard, obviously I'll take that first. Then I go for Warlock's Burden. I actually replace Radiant Healer for it, so I'll have Possessed Paragon, Protective Sentry, and Warlock's Burden. Warlock's Burden works really well with Possessed Paragon. You can toggle it on to lose health and restore mana. Obviously you're going to get that health back with Possessed Paragon. So either way, I really don't like the Possessed Paragon route. I freaking hate the card. But, you know, it's there just like an offlaner build. If you're running Death on an offlaner build, you have to have Paragon just in case the enemy has it, or you just fall behind. So the next thing I'll work for is Gates of Salvation. It's a beautiful card for an Order support. Heal nearby ally heroes for 275 health every 35 seconds. Obviously we're not going to be getting the Elevate passive, which can be actually quite strong, but the 80% mana regen and the 25 ability armor is nice. Now we have 2 potential curve cards in the build for endgame cards. So we have Malyn's Grace. 455 health on a 7-point card is amazing. And especially considering, let's just say for example, we're not going the Possessed Paragon route. You have Radiant Healer, Vanguard Captain, and Protective Sentry. You're going to get rid of Vanguard Captain, so you've still got the 190 max health on Radiant Healer, and then you've got 455 on Malyn's Grace, which is quite nice. Most of the time I do actually, however, replace, I will have Protective Sentry, Vanguard, Radiant Healer, and get rid of Vanguard Captain for Gates of Salvation. So I will actually be running Malyn's Gates and Protective Sentry at this point, but I will. Then we have Malyn's Prayer. It's another good option. It actually curves really well into Plague Lord Malync, because it's pretty much half the cost of Plague Lord Malync. 240 health and some basic armor. Heal nearby ally heroes for 275 health, and they gain 24 armor for 20 seconds. Don't underestimate what that 24 armor can do. It can be very helpful. And then we have the actual end game, which is Numbing Rogue, Yomi Guardian, and Plague Lord Malync. Now Plague Lord Malync, I'm sure you know, it slows nearby enemies by 10% and applies Blight, which is pretty much the only way you can get Blight these days. Yomi Guardian, 12 power, 240 max health, 24 basic armor, and then you have the active, which allows your team to soak up for 8 seconds 100 basic damage. So every time they get hit, it reduces that basic attack by 100. It's very good card. Numbing Road has of course been changed, so it's still got 300 health. You've now got 36 basic armor. I'm pretty sure that was buffed. Pretty sure it was 24. I could be wrong. Siphon Speed is the active, which is the new part of it. Each of the next 5 basic attacks hits within 10 seconds steal 8 attack speed from enemy heroes. And then you have Cold Fingers Aura, which is the passive, now only passively takes off 6% attack speed. So if you stack this up, if you're with your carry, and you get into a fight, support and carry v support and carry, the enemy team will be moving 10% slower. You will be taking 100 less basic damage, You will also have all the armor off and health off of both of these cards, meaning you're taking even less damage. The support will have her attack speed slowed, or his attack speed slowed, not going to assume gender here, by 6%, and you are going to attack the carry when you activate this and slow their attack speed up to another 40%. So you're going to slow their attack speed by 46%, meaning that not only can the enemy team move 10% slower, they're doing 100 less basic damage, but you've also reduced their DPS by 46%. It's pretty hard for you to lose that fight. It's a very, very good build. As far as gems go, we have healing towers, damage reduction, damage return, reflexive purify, improved health regen, and auto shield. Okay, you can feel free to switch any of those up if you want. Just remember that Possessed Spraken, if you end up going for it, make sure you have Warlock's Burden to go with it on someone like FaZe. Because it's just going to allow you to have more abilities to use to help your carry. You will get that health back very, very quickly. Start with Lamplighter. Try to get towards Protective Sentry as soon as you can, but I would probably go for Radiant Healer first. Getting Protective Sentry as early as you can means you're not spending all that money on Lamplighters. So then you will have these 3 cards on here. Replace your Vanguard Captain with Gates of Salvation. Replace your Radiant Healer with either Malak's Grace or Malak's Prayer, then work towards whichever of these 3 cards you want. Probably Plague Lord Malak first, because you're already going to have the attributes there, considering that you're running 7 on Gates of Salvation. You only need 1 more Intellect and then 4 Vitality to be able to afford Plague Lord, and then work into Numbing Rogue and Yomi Guardian. Yomi Guardian is, as I said, a very, very good card, and it's proven to be a very good card. So I'd probably recommend going for that first, but I actually think that if you can guarantee you're going to land those 5 basic attacks, this card will get you way more value than what Yomi Guardian will, because it will mean that the DPS of the enemy carry is reduced by 46%, and it's on a 30-second cooldown with a really low mana cost, whereas area defense is on a minute cooldown. But that's up to you whichever way you go, but try to get these 3 cards if you're not running Possessed Spraken. Remember, don't put Possessed Spraken on unless the enemy team has it. Otherwise it's not really needed. But if you are going the Possessed Spraken route, I would probably recommend going Numbing Rogue and Yomi Guardian with Possessed Spraken, because you can only pick 2. That's the build, guys. Hope you like it. If you try it and you enjoy it, make sure you let me know. If you are not intending to try it because you think it's shit, because you don't understand how to build decks, clearly you don't understand how to build decks because you're on the internet searching how to build decks. So don't just say it's shit. Try it before you comment, okay? Surely you can make some suggestions, but if your first comment is going to be, this build is shit, when you've had 3 days of playtime, I don't want to hear it. I'm just going to ban you from the channel because I don't give a shit. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love your face. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.